What's up guys, Northwest Nectar here, and today we're checking out this awesome little mod. It's definitely the best one I've came across to date, and I'm just excited to show you guys, tell you what I think about it. It's the Smok Alien 220 watt temperature controlled mod, dual 18650, and I mean this thing packs a punch, especially for how tiny it is. Honestly, the size of this thing, first of all you'll see the TFV8 beast tank on top of it, and that's literally 2/3 the size of the actual mod itself. Just awesome for how small it is. Quick comparison here. We can grab my Smok X Cube 2 and we'll put them together kind of side by side like that, and you can see the huge size change over those is just crazy. It's still pretty hefty. It feels good in your hand. It doesn't feel cheap at all or anything like that, but it's definitely lighter than the X Cube 2. There's not all the extra metal and stuff on the outside. And I mean, you literally fit the two 18650s in here. I mean, I got a battery case right here. Fits the two 18650s. And you can see that it's literally almost the size of that. It's just a tad bit taller, but the width of it is almost the exact same as a battery case. Oops. But let's check this thing out. So like I was saying, I got the TF V8 tank on top of there with a T8 V8 coil inside of it that's ready to go 120 watts to 180 for best results, but it's ranged between 50 and 260 watts. So it's a beast of a tank on this little mod. I wanted to give it a go and just kind of see how they paired together, and right now I gotta tell you, I'm extremely impressed. So with that on there, like I was saying, this T8 V8 coil suggests 120 watts to 180 watts. But let me just show you, even below that range at 100 watts, this is what I'm pulling on it. Pretty impressive clouds out of this little guy. Now, of course, that's a lot the tank build itself on the top too, but it's just smooth, smooth, smooth. Not a lot of problems there as far as flavor's great out of the tank. It doesn't feel like it's ramping up too fast or anything like that. I got it on normal mode right now at 100 watts. Yeah, it's about half battery life right now, so it's not even full batteries. But this thing is awesome. It is just tiny, tiny. But in case you wanted to see, I'll just bring it within the range of the coil, what they say suggested. If you bring this thing, say up to like 150 watts. Let's see here. It cruises right through the wattage too, which I like a lot. It doesn't slowly tick through each watt. You can click on it, and if you hold it down, I think it starts jumping by increments of 5 watts after you hold it for a little while. But gotta love that. So yeah, this is 150 watts on this thing. Killer clouds. Can't complain about it at all. And I'm running some good juice through this, just in case you're wondering, cloud-wise, what kind of juice I'm using. I really like mint and Vapors, and that's what I have in here right now. Baja Splash, it's max VG, and it's 3 milligrams. So, just in case you're curious about that. Nice little box that it comes in. That's a sleeve on the outside. You'll see the little box here, and I will actually kind of run you over the close-up of that so you guys can see everything with that. And then we're going to do a close-up of the T8, or the Smok Alien here too. So you can kind of see what that's about, see the screen a little bit better, and some closer details. Alright, so let's check this thing out here a little bit closer up. Here you'll see the box that it comes with. This is actually just the outer sleeve of mine, with the box sitting on the side there. But you can see there, the kit includes the Alien 220 mod, USB cable, user manual, spare parts, and the different specifications there ranging from 6 watts to 220. You can see the ohm range and the temperature range there. It's quite an amazing little mod, if I do say so myself. Highly impressed with it. Over here you have the actual box itself by Smok, nice little box. You just pull the top right off. You'll see where the alien tank, or the alien mod sits up top there. With some And then it comes with this as well. This is a screen protector. It was in the bottom. I tried putting it on mine. I wasn't a big fan of it. It tends to kind of bubble up, and I don't like the look of that, so I'll just have to be careful with it. But if you do like that, there is screen protectors included with it. Alright, then you got a second level here. Top insert comes out. You can see the cover there for my screen protector, which protects the other side of it. Little bag that the screen protectors come in on the bottom layout. Then, of course, got this here for verification that it's an authentic mod, and the quality control testing card. Dig in here further. Got this right here, shows you a little bit about the screen protector, if you're interested in that. Then you got it over here. Then you got this guy here, tells you the safe way to use batteries. Should be pretty common sense for you there, but that's also included in it in case you want to read over that. Then you got the user manual here with a nice little leather type texture on the front of it. Lots of pages for you to read over the different features of it. Very bottom here, you got some more silica gel to keep everything dry. That's always good. And then you got the USB cable, which this also does support leaving the batteries in and charging it on the USB port in the front there. Or you can choose to take them out and charge them on a dock charger, which is what I typically do. Not a big fan. Although it's supposed to be pretty safe with this mod, I'm not a big fan of leaving batteries in and trying to charge them that way. So that's just another FYI if you want to do that. And it's also firmware upgradable on your computer, so you're able to upgrade the firmware on there. So that's the box there. That's what comes inside of it. Now we'll get a little bit closer up look at the mod itself. See if we can focus this in here. So there's the mod itself. Tiny little thing. I mean, you can see in my hand. Zoom it back out a little bit. This thing is tiny, which I like a lot. It feels great in your hand. It feels sturdy enough. You can get a good grip around it. Actually, just about a perfect grip. But it's still nice and small. So you got this nice OLED display on the front of there with independent battery meters. You can see I got it on wattage mode up there, so you see the watts. The N up there means I have it in normal mode. There's soft. There's minimum, soft, normal, and max for the strengths on that. And then this is a pretty cool display down here. You can see the volts it's putting out, the ohms, the amps, what mode you're in. You can see I'm in wattage mode. And that PCB is PC board temperature in Celsius. So that's a pretty cool feature right there too. How many puffs I've had on this thing. And then this is another feature that I've come to like a lot. That's going to tell you, for as long as you leave this thing on, how long your last pull was on it. And so I like that feature quite a bit. Got your up and down buttons here. These are obviously going to control your wattage, or if you push the fire button and the right button, you can change, like I was showing you there, the modes that you want to vape in. And then the left one is going to change the type of mode it's in for the memory modes that you can set in there, wattage mode, or of course temperature mode, which you'll be able to see that right there. And then you can see the up in there, the square, it changes there for the type of metal coil that you're using. Switch it back to wattage mode here. So I really like the independent battery meters. I like how much information they're really fitting on this display. It's awesome. It's a nice big display for the size of the mod. It really stands out, nice and clear and bright. And I really like that. It's a cool feature having the control board in there to see how hot it gets inside of it. And it's also really cool to see how many seconds, rather than like with the typical X Cube and stuff like that. You use this guy and it goes away right away. It's only on there for a second. So yeah, you see that guy there. So that USB port I was telling you about, it is a pass-through mod, so you can vape on it while it's charging if you do choose to plug it in there. The thing I will like about that a little bit, and a big advantage of that to me, is you can plug it in your car if you want to, provided the amperage and the plug and everything like that's right. You can see this carbon fiber style back on there. It looks really cool. I mean, the just the aesthetics and how they put this mod together looks very nice to me. They spent a good amount of time putting it together, and I like the looks of it a lot. See the top there? There will be a tad bit of a gap between the actual tank, and it's really not even noticeable much, but there is going to be a tiny bit, and that's just because the plate that it screws into sits up just a tad, but hardly any. It's hardly anything to notice there at all, but it will sit up just a little bit. You got your standard 510 connector up there, and that is spring loaded. I just tested that to see. It is in fact spring loaded, and the 4 screws on top that's going to hold it together. This whole right side here, it's obviously going to say no coil on there, but this right side here is your firing button. The whole thing is. Unlike the other one, like these, you can click it on the bottom, on the X-Cube 2, top, the middle, anywhere. This guy does not have the button on the bottom of it, so it's not going to work. You have to click it up top there, which I haven't found to be too annoying or anything like that at all. Zoom back out here. Got the battery door in the bottom. Pop that guy open, and that is a slide. You just push down and pull it up. And you're going to be able to see there you have A and B battery, which side that the batteries are supposed to go in right there. Then another cool feature is if you look down in there, you can see very clearly the red and the blue. Red being positive and the big plus, and the blue being negative and the big minus. So it makes it pretty easy to be able to see which way the batteries go. And they do go in there. No rattle or shake at all with them in there. It'll be 5 clicks to turn it on. See that, version 1.2.1 on there. Alien tank. I keep calling it a tank, alien mod. And yeah, this thing's just a amazing little mod there. It's got great looks to it. It's nice and compact, lightweight, but still feels sturdy. It's not feeling like a piece of plastic in my hand. You know, it definitely feels good, and it's operated really well. It hasn't misfired on me. Seems to be pretty accurate with the coil readings that are in it and stuff like that. So I couldn't be more pleased with it. Now if we look at the wattage mode here, you'll see that it goes all the way down to 6 watts, and you'll kind of see how I say that it jumps quick like that. I like that a lot for going to the wattage that I want. You don't have to sit there and click it up, you know, or even if you hold them, a lot of them will just, they don't go that fast. This one goes amazingly fast. And you'll see, it goes right up there to 220 watts. And then if you keep, let's see here, 220 watts there, and it doesn't round robin, so you get to the end of it. Just keep pushing it down, and that's what makes it move fast, or you get the individual clicks. Starts out a little bit slower, quickly speeds up. Go over here into temperature mode, and you'll see there that this one does in fact round robin. It's going to go from 100 degrees Celsius to 315 degrees Celsius. And then you got Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Fahrenheit, up to, I think it's just under 600. No, it's right at 600 degrees, so 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. I haven't tested this too much because I'm not a big temperature control fan. I like the wattage mode myself, but there's a lot of people out there that'll probably like it. And so you can see that that's what it does. You push 3 times to go into the menu. You can see the mode there. That's the same thing with the shortcut that I was using before. You can pick your different modes. Like, there you go. Different profiles there. And then you can set the wattage that you want for the memory mode. And there you be. Click it 3 more times, go back in the menu. You can see you can power it down like that, power on, turn it off. Of course, is going to shut it down. Nice graphics on this screen. Click it 5 more times, power it back up. There it goes, turning back on for us. Nice graphics again. Click it 3 more times to go back into the menu. With the power, under settings, you can set the screen time up to 200, well, you got the stealth mode, which will turn the screen off and keep it off, even though you can still fire it if you have the stealth mode on. And then it goes all the way up to 240 seconds that the screen will stay on after you're done firing it. And it'll go all the way down to 15 seconds for the shortest amount of time that the screen will stay on after you're done firing it. I left mine up there just because I'm playing with it. I like watching the temperature and stuff on it for fun. And I haven't noticed much of a battery life change, so I do keep it on there. But yeah, I mean, that's... Go back in the menu here. Screen time. Screen lock there. You can change the contrast on it if you want. Adjust the ohms of the coil. The download is for the firmware upgrade. And you can see we go back in there. Don't want to turn that on. Settings, download, adjust ohms, contract, and that's pretty much everything in there. It says that it is Bluetooth enabled. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. It might just need a firmware upgrade. You guys can let me in the comments, and let me know in the comments if you do know if that's what it is. But I tried a bunch of different button combinations and I didn't see it in the menu, so maybe I'm missing something, but I read online a few different places that it is indeed Bluetooth enabled. So that was a quick look at this highly impressive little mod. Couldn't be more happy about how it can just fit in your pocket there. You know, easy, light to carry around, like I was showing you before. It's barely the size. I mean, it's almost literally the exact same size. It's a little bit taller than one of the battery cases there. So super impressed with it, really. I think I'll be holding on to this for quite a while and using it. I was looking at the X Cube Ultra, but it's not a whole lot different than my X Cube 2, besides it has a little bit more wattage and the vibration feature and stuff like that on there. Stuff I don't really need over that. This thing, the new looks they got on it is killer, and you know, it operates the way it's supposed to. It's a nice big screen. Vapes flawlessly, and they incorporated a lot of new features in this that I like a lot, from the PC control board temperature to the bigger screen on it, the second counter on the bottom. You know, it's USB chargeable, and the size on it's huge. The size is absolutely huge on how small this thing is. Pretty unbelievable where this technology is going. I'll let you know if I have problems with it. I haven't had any problems with it to date. I will let you know another quick update if you watch my other videos. I had the Smok H-Priv, and I had to send that back because I had it for about 4 months. Woke up one day and the actual mod itself wouldn't turn on, wouldn't do anything. Didn't get wet, dropped, anything like that. It was sitting on my headboard. Got up in the morning, went to go use it, and the thing wouldn't fire, turn on, or anything. So I am in the United States, and I am dealing with Smok's warranty service. I think it's called Mad Dogs or something like that. They answered the phone right away. They're people from the U.S., I mean, easy to understand, everything like that. And they said my turnaround time on it's going to be 1 week, ship it out to them. Give them the little slip for where to ship the new one back, and I should have a new one in my hands. If it's honestly that easy and it takes that little of amount of time, I'll let you guys know. I shipped it out like 2 days ago, and they should have had it in the mail today, and we'll see if it takes more than a week for them to turn it around. But I have a good feeling that from talking to them and just the ease of how it went for dealing with customer service, super quick on the phone and everything like that, that there shouldn't be much of a problem. But I know all you guys investing your money into these e-cigs probably want to know stuff like that, so I will definitely let you guys know how that works. Until then, where I put out the next video, let me know if you guys have any questions about it in the comments, and I will try to answer them for you. And another little mod that I'm going to do a review on later, if you guys are interested in it, is a Coup Pour. It was this mod, you know, it was Black Friday just the other day, and this Q4 is a double 18650 mod that I got for 30 bucks. And you know, it's a real simple mod, up and down, fire button, little screen in the middle. But it's been working great. I mean, I use it every now and then just for something different. Maybe with the baby bees, toss that on top of there if I want to swap it up. But good little mod for 30 bucks. I was actually pretty impressed. It's got a cool little design on it, and I'll do a review on that soon. So take it easy, guys. See you later.